Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back for all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel videos. Swordsoul, current, I guess, best deck in the OCG. Some changes compared to my previous build a couple of weeks ago. And you might have seen it already on Road of the Kings analysis from the OCG metagame breakdown from past weekends, right? In the most recent one, he showcased like Swordsoul's main decking that Destiny Hero, well, a small Destiny Hero package, because Dragoon 2.0, you know, Dragoon currently is banned in the OCG, but the new Phoenix Enforcer, I believe the name is new Destiny Hero, I feel might be better compared to Dragoon. Both do different things, but you know what I mean. The fact that, your Destiny Hero fusion, it's, you can easily slap it in. For example, this particular deck doesn't have the same weakness as, let's say, Red Eyes Fusion, that, as you know, you can just freely use all of your monstrous effects, summons, special summons, put up your board, and then after all of that, use your Destiny Hero Fusion, right, to put up your Enforcer. So that's already fantastic, and the huge advantage it has over, Red Eyes Fusion. Plus, Anaconda is there, so it's also, Anaconda could be those, or a potential follow-up play as let's say your opponent has multiple hand traps, just in case, right? But most importantly, and that's, I guess one of the biggest reasons why this small engine finds its way into the main deck of Swordsoul is that it's a fantastic follow-up play, first of all, right? That's obvious. But for hand traps and token collector, mainly token collector, which is basically this deck's biggest threat if your opponent does have access to it, or is able to send it to the graveyard with is it Shooting Star? Which one? The level 7 synchro, and go from there. But that's a thing, right? The fact that this deck now has something else, a sub-engine that has the capability to be fantastic with a little disadvantage. Okay, you're kind of forced to main deck two Destiny Heroes, one I believe high level and low level, Dasher high level, and in this case not this commander but the Celestial, right? So that could already be a pot of greed as well during the next turn. So plus, let's not forget, Dasher on its own also have a graveyard effect, so it's very much different compared to, let's say, you're using Red Eyes Fusion, slapping in those two bricks. Let's face it, both Red Eyes and Dark Magician are most of the time just normal bricks, and that's different. These two also have beneficial effects. So plus, let's not forget, Enforcer itself is a crazy card, once per turn interruption, plus the fact that, as you know, the new Ecclesia, the one here in my hand, the tuner, which is basically a lone fire in, your Swordsoul deck, tag out, special summon something from the deck, has the capability to get herself back from the graveyard in the same turn when a fusion monster is sent to the graveyard. So let's say you can use Enforce, use Phoenix effect, pop itself, like what happens here, and then during the end phase, get back Ecclesia. That's so strong. Like, this interaction is so strong. It gives you more follow-up plays. Plus, Phoenix will reborn itself during the next turn. Again, quite crazy if you think about it. Okay, yeah, something that I haven't mentioned yet is that I am using Prosperity, even with the Upstart. I guess Upstart, it's just my 40th card, right? You can definitely drop it for Talents. Talents, I guess, is one of those cards. Maybe Solemn Strike also. But for now, the Upstart, I guess, is the 40th card next to the, triple Prosperity. Yeah, even with Prosperity. The deck can go first, the deck can go second. Both of them going second, you're relying a little bit more on Paxia, I guess, or the Yazi. Right, those spells definitely can come in clutch by lowering, let's say, your monsters by one level. And my previous build that I was playtesting was the Tenyi variant, but as you see, I was about to say, as you see in the OCG, most OCG players are, using the pure build, but of course their format is different. Mixie is also there, and that's a big difference. But I guess going pure might be a safer route, but does suffer some weaknesses. Let's say a well-timed hand trap could stop you in your tracks. That's true. But still, the consistency factor is bigger compared to, let's say, the 10-year variant. At least that's what my played that, at least that's from my experience, right? But yeah, the deck is, I guess, pretty straightforward. It's not that hard of a deck. Your level 8 Swordsoul, again, has the capability to negate the monster effect, so no, what is it called? No, or at least I guess prevent the Zeus from coming out. And I still have my trap set, which I feel is either a 2 or probably a 3 of, because you can also send it to the graveyard or banish it directly from the deck to get the token, right? Instant Fusion, I guess, is a follow-up play, but again, keep in mind, if you have your Swordsoul tokens on the field, you can only go for a Synchro Summon during that turn. The Fusion Destiny here was a big top deck, a very big top deck. Not sure if there was any... Well, was there interruption play? Not sure. I mean, the Link 3 is not that great here, right? But, I mean, long story short, Phoenix gets me back in a duel once per turn, popping, right? And the Fractal again was bounced back because it was reborn by the Link 3. And this is cool. Again, Phoenix reborning during the standby phase, but again, immediately during the standby phase, target it's basically a Scrap Dragon once per turn, plus, and that's the beautiful thing, Celestial in the graveyard, banish itself to draw to, well, you know, with Dasher, to draw to basically a pot of greed for 2 extra cards to work with. And now I should be able to go for game. Ecclesia is also there, right, for the potential. At least not sure if I already used them in normal summon, probably. But again, this is more than enough, right, to attack for a game. So, the Fusion Destiny again coming in really, really clutch. Going first again, multiple hand traps, that's fine. The Gamma battle. As you saw, I think the current way, I mean, imagine the deck now being available in the TCG. I believe this build is pretty straightforward. Basically all of your starters at 3, the best hand traps I guess also at 3, Triple Blossom, Triple Imperm for let's say the mirror match, Triple Ash Blossom, yeah, Triple Gamma is also there, I mean, it's Gamma. That's basically it, right? The deck is so straightforward. There's little room for... well, not improvements, but for changes compared to, let's say, the mirror match. But Fusion Destiny, as I mentioned before, fantastic. Anaconda is there for the potential follow-up play. Plus the interaction it has with Ecclesia is again not something to overlook. I have Fleur on the field, which I think we don't know we are going to get that, or if we're going to get that in the TCG, because it's currently an OCG exclusive, but I might be wrong about that. Not sure if the date is set or we know when it will be released in the TCG. So that could be something important, but... Well, okay, the Archetype does have its own level 10, which is fantastic, by the way. Kinda reminds me of, you know, Titan and Colossus for Thunder Dragons. But, I mean, Fleur does give this deck that little bit extra. I guess potential, you know, playing around Nibiru, for example. So that's also a big and important thing. Going second this time, and again, that's where the potential hand traps can come into play here. I was like... I used an Imperm, but I probably should have gone for the Gamma. I was like, well, maybe, well, yeah, okay, if there was like, let's say, Veiler or Ash Blossom or, yeah, those things, right? Well, not Veiler, but, you know, something like Ash Blossom, well, Gamma is there, right? But in hindsight, going for Gamma probably was the better play. So I can, you know, somewhat... recover, right? By going for Phoenix as well here. Nibiru is there also. I do have Ash Blossom, Gamma now is dead. But the thing is that, you know, again, the Tri-Brigade tech is able to play around a couple of negations, a couple of interruptions, right? The thing here, and this is a turning point, or could be a turning point, is that Phoenix Enforcer activates in the graveyard, so Gamma is able to activate, so that kind of forces out my weak Ash Blossom, and now Desires on top of that, that's a biggie. So Revolt is used. That's fine, I can still chain here with Phoenix to pop the back row, I guess, kind of making sure I can get my level 5 go through, right? Or it's level 5, no, level 6, right? Yeah, 6 and 4. Go for the level 10, and here is where I'm like, I know that I definitely could have used my Fleur to pop the Link 4, but then I believe my opponent would have been able to search out the Crow. No? I think so. Plus the Gamma would have been live, but I think that the Gamma argument is not going to change now because, well, in the long run, in hindsight, you see that the Gamma is not able to activate because it was banished, right? Or at least the driver was banished off of Desires, but again, that's something we don't know, right? Or at least I don't know during playing. But that was a small mistake on my part. Again, long story short, a Gamma on my behalf does save myself, and here is I kind of overlooked the Enforcer. It needed to trigger still, so otherwise I would have used Celestial, right? Banish itself, draw 2, and here is, I guess, a turning point in the duel. The fact that the Zeus is eventually going to hit the board. And yeah, my small mistake, it bites me in the end. My small mistake here of, you know, using Dasher earlier because, again, you know, I would have kept the level 6 in hand. So, well, is it going to matter? Probably not, because again, I'm using Celestial, so I don't know. The game would have been a little bit different, but in the long run, it's not going to matter. It's a good duel going back and forth, but that Zeus, it's just one of the reasons why the Zodiac variant is still so strong, right? Especially currently in the TCG. So last duel, there should be one more left, yeah. Going first, yeah, indeed. Getting Ash Blossom, but Gamma is there, so I'm like, okay, this is fantastic. Ecclesia special summons, on the level 4, special summon the token, and this should be my duel, but nope. Nibiru says no, and this is a problem, because again, I don't have any follow-up plays, and okay, there is Ash Blossom, and I believe my set is an Imperm, but Winda says no, at least eventually Winda is going to say no, and I was like, well, okay, Schism is going to be searched out, so I was like, okay, I need to keep my Imperm for the, what is it called, the Winda, right? But I mean, let's face it, the deck can go for Unicorn, access code to eventually, you know, force out or get rid of the Imperm, so it's not going to matter. I don't think that I have any outs here in the current main deck, right? Well, obviously in the side deck, stuff like Talents, whatever. But yeah, against the Winda, there is nothing, at least little I can do. So this is it. The fact that it might be a bit frightening, right? That a lot of these Swordsoul decks are now main decking a Destiny Hero, or a small Destiny Hero engine as well. But it's very cool. Very cool. Looking forward to, you know, those updates in the OCG as well. But definitely don't sleep on this package, right? Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them signing out. Peace.